If you're a heat and air technician or even a salesperson, should you accept gifts and tips when you're out in the field, and why does this matter? This is a super important question. I'm Scott Bell, coming to you live from Haleiwa, Oahu, on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. So a couple things. Surf is up right now. Waves are big. It's winter 2023. So you might see a bunch of cars passing by me, a couple surfboards on the rack. And you know, here's the thing, especially during the holidays, it's not uncommon for your buyer, for your client to say, hey, I want to reward you for coming out. Here's some cash. Here's a gift card, or here's a prize from the prize closet. Like, there are some houses that you go to and they're like, here's a prize at the prize closet. And so sometimes people say, hey, Scott, should I accept those gifts? And like, hey, what you need to understand is when somebody is saying, I really appreciate everything that you did for me, and I want to give you a gift. Like, if you don't accept it, it's like, I went out of my way to try to give you something. Now, what you need to know is some companies, some organizations will say we're not allowed to take gifts, or we're not allowed to, take presents from our clients or for your buyers. So if that's your case and that's what you signed up for, then you already know your answer. You already know what you're supposed to do. But if you're out in the field and somebody's like, hey, I want to show you a token of appreciation. It's a hot day. I know it's cold right now, but it's a hot day. Here, have a big bottle of cold water. Have a nice cola. And in the wintertime, they might go, hey, can I get you a coffee? I know it's cold outside. Can I get you some soup? I remember when I was a technician, people would offer me stuff. They're like, hey, man, I know it's cold. I know you're freezing on the outside working on this heat pump, or you're getting frozen up on the roof working on this package unit. Can I get something for you? Like, you think about what it takes to decline that. Think about what it is where you're like, that's not good, right? Like, in the back end, anytime that you try to give a gift, it feels icky when somebody doesn't take it. So there is a couple of caveats here, but before we do that, you should join my email list. Go to this URL right here, hvactechsecrets.com. Type it into a browser, drop in your name, your email address, probably your phone number. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. So here's a couple things that you need to know. If it's a bribe to get you to give a lower price, if it is somebody saying, hey, I want to give you a couple of bucks for you to do this on the side, right? I used to have people say, hey, do you work on weekends? Which was code for, will you do this on the weekend? Will you come back and do this later under a different banner? And I was like, hey, like, that's not cool. The company that I work for paid for me to get out there. They've got all of the expenses for me to have a van. Not cool for me to be like, oh, well, you know what? I'll come by on the weekend and do this on the side, so you're going to get charged less. And so you have to be able to answer this question of, do you work on the weekends? And sometimes people may not have the time to get the work done today. I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about the person saying, I'm willing to tip you extra to come back, or give me the difference on what you would normally charge if it's just you, if it's not your company. Now, third on this list is the parting gift. And the parting gift is this, right? It is the, it's the, let me give you a bottle of water on the way out because you spent so much time with me. There are people who just greatly appreciate the work that you do for them. There are people out there that do want to try to buy stuff on the side. They want the guy or the girl that'll come back and do things what I consider like black market. Like, it's not the right thing to do. Your company paid for that lead. They should recognize the revenue for it in any way possible. And then you have the people who really didn't plan on doing business with you, but they're giving you a parting gift. I remember when I was a technician and I was explaining to somebody, hey, I'm going to go out to Hawaii. And they're like, oh, why do you like to go out? I was like, oh, the light really, really helps me. It does a lot for me. And the guy in the middle of the presentation goes, guy, I know just the thing that'll get you. I know just the thing that you need. And in the middle of the presentation, he gets up and he goes into the garage and he grabs like this light. It was a lamp. And it looked like a UV bulb. And he's like, oh, you should turn this on, at night, and it'll really help you with the light. Cause I know that the light in Sacramento, it kind of goes away. And I was like, in my mind, like, this is a parting gift. This is a parting gift. We're not ever doing business. In his mind, he exchanged some goods to say, thanks for coming out. And here's what it is. So should you accept tips? Yeah. If there's no problem in your company, absolutely. Now, little caveat here, not an attorney, not a doctor, not an accountant, but there may be times where you have to disclose that to the IRS and say, I did get tip money. You do what you got to do. when it comes to you disclosing information to the IRS, I'm not you. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here, just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.